It's been a few days. I think I feel a lot better. Nice new fit too. God, my fingers hurt from being pricked all those times. The hand stitching really fucking sucks. Especially when you're out in the cold. Snow does not help. Like, it keeps out some of the cold, but it does not help you stay super warm either. Ugh. But I feel like this is a bit nicer. It will help me with what I want to do. I think I'm ready. I'm gonna try and take Green up on that offer to. I want to learn how to fight. Not just fight. I want to learn how to defend myself, how to defend others, how to strategize. When's the right time to do what? I. Who knows? Maybe I could give him a few lessons on interior decorating because that looks like the most bare bones house I've ever seen. I'm worried though because his sword and elytra are in here. But he's just straight up left his crown here. God, Apple. God. I expect nice and organized, but like the fact that Fizzy, I knew a Fizzy one. But the fact that he left his stuff in here. He's using a stick to fight. And he offered, and he is confident enough in it. And he's a king. He came from royalty. He must know how to strategize when he's fought wars and gods and all that shit. I know jack shit. I don't know the first thing about fighting. I don't know the first thing about war or strategy or anything like that. So he's my best option I have at this point. Am I really resorting so? This isn't resorting low. This is just dealing with the cards that I've been dealt. You know, I could use this as time to get information. I can find out why he joined Supernova, why he's not wearing his crown or carrying his weapon anymore. Like, you don't just keep a meteorite sword like that lying around. It'll be a way to gather information. It'll be good. I mean, yeah, I'm smarter than I look, but can't put those smarts to use. And it was no. That was done out of frustration and anger and panic. It was not smart. It was not wise. You let your emotions get the better of you. You're not going to let that happen again. As emotional of a person I can be, I'm not going to let my emotions get the better of me again and again and again. Never again. I think I have seen him go to that house here and there. Is it just a storage room? Because he also gets extra food. More than for just one person, but it's obviously not for me. He would have offered. And also, I've been going to get my own food. I have my own supply. I have my own stock of potatoes. I'm okay. If I needed, I'm sure I'd be able to start a little bread farm. It's not that hard to get some grass and water and start a little bread farm. Not resorting to killing. Here and there. Get a fish. We haven't said anything to anyone. We haven't said anything to each other, but it's nice to just go and sit there every once in a while, warm up by the fire. We have something stupid. I haven't talked to him in a few days, so this is my chance to get his side of the story. This is my chance to listen to him. Because that's all he wanted was for someone to for people to listen to his side of the story. And it's snowing. Just lovely. You can do this. You can do this. It's just asking someone who killed your best friend to train you on how to fight and teach you strategy of war. You can do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. It's stupid. Why are you resorting to this? He killed your best friend. And again, he's the only option you have. And the only option I have to take. I just stay here in silence forever. Do this. Sometimes I do wonder what's in this. No. Don't want to be kicked out. This is basically a save and favorite because he doesn't know what happened. He's not going to know what happened.
And everything I was doing since then is to try and get home safely. To prevent that, but is my story already written? Is there a way out of this for me? What I do know is I can't squander the second chance that I have here. I mean, part of it's already been squandered, but don't let it go to waste.
If you don't want that second chance to
Hmm?
go to waste, I'm willing to take you up on that offer of you training me. I want
How
to
long have you been
learn
standing there for?
long enough to hear you that you're being emotional.
Old habits, I guess.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Talking to the wind can be good therapy sometimes.
Guess you're correct on that front.
Well,
So,
I used to do it all the
hmm,
time.
hmm. Maybe I could learn a thing or two from you then. So,
But
you were saying?
teach me how to fight and defend. I I want to be able to protect the ones I love, and you more than anyone, you're basically my only chance I have at this point to learn proper strategy and learn when and how to defend, when and how to fight. You said it yourself, I have horrible stance. Obviously you know a thing or two. More than a thing or two. You're a king, for God's sake.
I was not only a king, but I was one of the strongest warriors in my area.
So who better than to teach me strategy than you?
I think we should teach you how to fight first. Defend yourself. Strategy and just learning how to defend yourself are two completely different games.
Again, I'm smarter than how I look.
Smarter than how you look. A smart person already knows strategy. It's just simply observing the areas around them, piecing together a plan. If you're smarter than what you look, then why do you need to know strategy? Why do you need to learn it from me?
I've never been in a war. There was no reason for me to learn strategy. Like, yes, I am smart. Book smart. Yes. Street smart. No. I can do as much research as anyone could ever do. I could read every single book in a library, but nothing will teach me like hands-on learning, especially when it's something that I've never had to deal with before. I've never had to deal with war. I've never had to deal with famine or tyrannical gods trying to take over the world. I came from a peaceful land. There was no reason for me to learn strategy.
Must have been nice.
As nice as you can get for being closed in with the border with limited resources, sure, but that's why we had to be harmonized. We couldn't
At
really
least you didn't
fight.
have to deal with. At least you didn't have to deal with a tyrannical god, one who will poison your head with ideas. Listen, strategy is a it's a different game than just learning how to defend yourself. Learning how to defend yourself and defending your loved ones, that's easy to do. It's simply putting yourself before them. Strategy? Strategy is making tough calls. It's about learning when and where to pick your battles. I used strategy when I first came here. Sometimes it doesn't always work out.
Well, you're still the best option I have.
I'll teach
So,
you how to fight and how to defend yourself. Maybe, maybe you'll learn strategy along the way. How's that sound?
well,
I can't, I can't teach you strategy right now. It's a completely different playing field. Learning how to defend yourself is playing a game of checkers. Learning strategy, that's chess.
is now a bad time to say that I know how to play chess better than checkers?
Probably so, and I guess with that, we have a lot to work on. Fixing up that stance is one thing. I suppose we'll need to get resources and everything, as well as plan out how to go about your training
Yeah,
and where to even train you.
well, I mean, there is a forest nearby where I could definitely get more uh, more words, you know? Huh. Um, wood. That's the word I was looking for. Wood and racehorses and such, because I'm sure you wouldn't want me taking from here. Those trees make good cover, honestly.
They do. They're, those trees are part of the reason why this place has been hidden for so long. Until you accidentally flew in and EB somehow managed to track me down.
Evie works in mysterious ways. I mean, he says shit about Jester all the time, but if I'm being honest, I think he's just getting high off his own supply. You know what I mean?
That would make sense. But yeah.
It was that way, if I remember correctly. I was kind of in a daze when trying to fly away as fast as I fucking could. Um,
Why were you flying away?
I'll do things you regret and don't want to face people for. That's
Such
all I'll
as?
say on the matter.
When you came to my area, you had a look in your eyes. A look of deep regret. But also a look of shock.
Doesn't everyone? Everyone always regrets something. I mean, you have regrets.
I do have my regrets. I have quite a few. But I think the difference between your regrets and mine is you weren't expecting the consequences of yours.
You speaking as if you know what I'm thinking?
I don't know what plagues you, but just the most I can say is our actions are our own, and it's best that we move forward, however, in whatever way we can.
Yep.
Hmm.
Definitely trying
Sounds
to move
familiar.
forward. I mean, it's just trees. Trees always look familiar. Forests always look familiar. Where did I put my axe?
That's true, I suppose. I mean, I guess this is an area where I go hunting, gather some resources and everything. After all, I no longer have the luxury of sustainable farmland with how snowy it is up there.
Excuse me. What happened to my lumberjack? There we go. Give it a second. Oh, I think you picked it up.
Here you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
And a little light. Bit dark. There we go. That's something I like about this place. Very similar enchantments to what we had back in my world. Very strong and durable magic. So that it feels as if I'm back in my world.
And I will admit I'm not exactly familiar with all these new enchantments. Back in my world, we had different magics imbued within each person. It's different here. It's
It's something.
it is something. But it's nice to know that some people are familiar with the systems in play here, even if they are those imposed by gods.
Yeah. I mean, being at least familiar with some things is really nice.
Yeah, that is
Sorry if I'm slow
the
on
only
some
thing of
things.
familiar.
I'm still a bit tired. Been sleeping, trying to regain my
Mick,
energy lately.
Mick, what made you stay? Hold on, Mick. What made you stay? Was it just the fact that you wanted to learn how to defend yourself?
No, that wasn't really a thought that occurred until, I mean, you offered it. I guess it's just
I mean,
I didn't really have anywhere else to go.
so you went with someone who you arguably hated?
It's not that I necessarily hate you. Sure, I despise what you've done. Yes, you've killed my best friend, but obviously some people still see good in you. So I'm not going to be quick to judge just yet. I'm not one who should judge anyway.
That's fair, I suppose. We all have our sins.
Hmm.
Is Evie the only one that trusts me anymore?
I wouldn't say just EB. I mean, EB's basically the only one who does speak good of you. Okay, can I please? Bow, work?
You just draw it back a little bit. That's fine. You see? You're relatively handy with a bow. Well, not the most handy, but we'll get you there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll get stronger. And then I'll be able to protect the people I love. Eventually.
We shouldn't need too many resources in order to get this all built up and everything.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I like to make things look pretty. If there's one thing you should know about me, is that interior design is a big thing for me. I'm really good at it. It's a strong suit. Such as exterior design, if you cannot tell. The amount of times I pricked my fingers making this.
I did notice you had a new aesthetic than when you showed up on my doorstep.
Yeah, I mean, being a tailor has its benefits. Me and Enchanting
I was
actually
curious
did.
what you were doing. Hmm.
Yeah,
Which
me and
one's
Enchanting opened
enchanting?
blue skin, cat, elf thing.
Oh, that one.
Poor thing lost her vision after coming back.
Oh, my condolences to that.
She was waiting at the
I have to
Apollo
ask, how
temple.
is Penguin doing?
Um,
I have to ask, how's Penguin doing? Last I remember seeing from Penguin, Penguin flew off from the cliffside and, well,
about that, no one's seen her. She hasn't come back. It's been months. No one's heard a word from her. I'm worried myself as well. Sometimes I leave a cake at her room, gluten-free, obviously, in hopes that she'll just return in the night. That way she's not hungry when she comes home.
I
You're
hope
not
she's
the only
doing
one
okay
who's
then.
you're not the only one who's worried about her. So is Josh and Enchanting and everyone else. Especially Dread.
Dread. I
He's
bet he
actually
absolutely
someone who's
despises me,
been
doesn't he?
actually no. He hasn't said anything ill-willed about you. I heard a zombie.
Got this.
Ow.
Hmm. Standstill could use a little work, as well as the grip on your sword.
Your reach
Relatively,
for that was very
relatively alright.
far.
Yeah,
Yes, your
it's
stick has uses.
yeah. I'm more accustomed to this than anything else.
I used to have a whacking stick of my own. It was more though for jokes, if anything.
Yeah.
I called it.
After
I literally called it my
after
whacking
everything that
stick.
happened, I just couldn't. Hmm.
Not too strong there.
A humorous name.
Yep. I even made one in this world. Whacking stick 2.0. Whacking stick 1 was in my original world, and I kind of gave it up to my world's god so that we could expand our nether and explore it freely without any borders. Because, yes, even our nether world had a border. Go from here. Ah, this way.
So there was more you couldn't explore?
My world. So, let's get up here and I can try and explain it a bit better. Where's a good way to get up? Oh, hello, doggy. Yeah.
Up
So,
here.
yeah. Think of it like this. Everything that you see around you, within your
Uh-huh.
eyes limit, but there's a big wall, like, that stretches all the way up into the sky. But the thing is, you can't really see that wall. That wall is more so invisible. But you know it's there because you
Hmm.
can feel it. And it's all around you, limiting your resources, your potential for building, your potential for exploration, and your potential for farms. And the smallest guardian farm anyone could ever see. Right on the world's border, too. Waffle made it. Waffle was a good friend of mine and
I'm perfectly
Josh's.
familiar with these guardians. Imagine they're
It,
like protectors.
um, I think so. No one really knows what a guardian really is. It's like this aqua looking fish with one eye and it shoots laser beams out at you and hurts you. Really stings. It's like getting stung
Hmm.
by a
So
jellyfish.
just a glorified fish then. All right.
I mean, they're pretty big fish, bigger
Hmm.
than us. Like, think a green puffer
Bigger than what?
fish, bigger than both of us. Like, think like there's two different versions. There's regular guardians and then elder guardians. Those things are huge. Like, think
Hmm.
for regular guardians, a green puffer fish with like a longer tail.
Your world sounds. Your world sounds intriguing to say the least.
Yeah, I mean it's not too different from this one.
Do you
I feel the only difference is our armor options and uh no border.
do you miss it?
Not so
Mick.
much the world, but the people more than anything. I'd give anything to see my friends again.
Careful. That line of thinking can lead down a dangerous road.
I
What do you
know.
think led me down the road that I'm on? What do you think got me exiled?
Why did you do it?
Do what?
You know what I mean.
Mick, we've been we've been avoiding it. I want you to say it.
Why'd you join them? Why did you
What'd you say?
kill?
You're
Why did you join?
Do you want the honest answer,
Supernova.
Mick?
Yes. I mean, I'm giving you the option for me to listen, hear your side of things. Now's a better time than any.
You said you'd give anything to see your friends again, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this world, there was no other way home. Shade provided me with the opportunity, a chance to see it again, to go home again. So yeah, I took whatever straws I can cling to, whatever grasp of power that I could wield. And it wasn't just for the power, it was to get back home to my people. Why did I join Shade? Why did I kill Josh and Julia? Why did I not admit earlier? Because it was a strategical advantage. It was the only way I could see that I can get home. And in this world where I knew no one, everyone looked like a tool, a cog to be used.
You see me as a tool? Still?
During my stay here, I made one fatal mistake in my strategic thinking. One thing that made the whole plan fall apart. I got to talking, and I formed friendships. I these people, the people here might not be my people or the people of my homeworld, but they still had lives. Who was I to strip them away from that? Who was I to play God? I criticized them so much, and yet I still let them influence over my life. I still think I'm better than them. That's the reason why your friend had to die. That's the reason why you had to die. But it's also the reason why you live. All because I made a mistake and learned from it. Does that answer your question?
No. I get that you've made those connections, but do you still see them? Including me as a tool. Now that you've had time to reflect on everything that happened in your isolation with no one but yourself.
You all are not tools. You're just people. Stuck in a shitty situation. Just like me. You're just people. Like they were. They are. People I'll never get to see again.
Hopefully you'll see them again soon. One day. If there's one thing that I definitely won't give up on, is helping those who want to go home get home. Hell, like
That's
you've
the
said it,
point.
this is your second chance. You've
Yeah.
learned. You've made mistakes, and you've learned.
I've learned too late. I let I'll let my rage consume me.
Sometimes it's good to start over.
Yeah. I guess around that front.
Get your equal footing.
Go footing, yeah. Sometimes old habits die hard.
Really hard to see through this rain. Oh,
Yeah, the rain is getting a little bad.
oh, creeper, watch out!
Yeah. The one thing I still not used to dealing with these abominations.
I wouldn't say they're
We have them in my world,
abominations.
but they're definitely something, all right. We might want to consider heading home. This area is a little. I mean, there's not a whole lot of resources over there.
I mean, I see plenty of trees and think sand. Hmm.
You got a whole different forest over there, but that's about it. Filled
I'll
with
probably go back
spruce and
for this.
sweet berries. But besides that, it's
I can probably go back for the sand later. It'll be nice for glass.
yeah. We should probably start heading back.
Yeah. Is this the right way?
Just this is the right way
Yes.
home. Yes.
Yeah. I recognize the ice.
I
Whoa.
recognize the path home.
Yeah.
Right
I
over
feel like I'm
here.
tripping up on myself here and there. Think I'm in one spot 1 second and the next second I'm not there. I'm just what? Think I've slept a bit too much.
It's That's probably your poor footwork.
You can't blame everything on my poor footwork. I mean, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's how to be agile and move up things quickly.
Hmm. I see.
Reaper,
I
behind me.
mean, you might know how to but do you know how to stick a landing is the question.
Whoa.
Yeah, we have a long way to train you. Whatever skills you might be good at, they're definitely not applicable in a combat sense.
Yeah, my skills were more for entertainment.
More meant for what?
The entertainment?
What kind of entertainment? Be like an actor or something?
Of sorts, you could say.
Uh, Actors, entertainers, you know. I guess the world can't get enough bards nowadays.
Bard? I mean, I did run a bar.
I mean, I guess you could be. Oh,
I'm right here.
yeah.
I did run, like, something that was similar to a bar, you could say. I mean, you could drink in it. What the fuck?
Your your situational awareness will come into play one of these days.
Yeah, eventually.
Should just be right above this mountain, then we can get home.
Alright. Give me a second to catch my breath.
Uh, just take your time. I know the altitudes are pretty high.
Yeah, I've never been used to this altitude. Hell,
Just take a moment, collect yourself.
we didn't even have like icy caps where I was from. It was mostly green plains and a bit of an ocean.
I think your mouth is. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I think the snow is getting to you. It's making your lips sound very chapped right now.
Do we have chapstick in this world? You probably don't even know what
Ask
I'm
the
talking
gods
about.
that. I'll tell you what. I am vaguely familiar with it, with chapstick. I'm not entirely dumbfounded to what you have. After all, have you ever heard of a Denny's?
Oh, yes. The Grand Slam.
Oh, oh, so Denny's is available everywhere in this grand universe.
I guess Denny's is kind of a multi-universe thing.
Of course, you would make something multi-universal. You got this. Come on.
I mean,
Just a
I've
little
never heard of a
further up. You got
KFC
this.
until getting here, so... But where were you thinking of, like, having this training area, of having me train? Like, just out... Where were you thinking of having me train?
I
Just out where the fire is? Or would you
I
rather me
think
clear out an area?
I think I have a little area that might come in handy.
Okay.
Oh man, the snow's really getting to you. I think I have a
Sorry.
little area that could work out perfectly if you follow me.
Okay. I'm trying to stay as close as I can. The snow and rain, it's hard to keep track.
Oh, careful, careful. Speak of snow, come this way. There's a lot of snow over here.
Oh, powdered snow. Fun.
Yeah, I think right here would be nice. This little
Definitely.
enclosure.
I would just really have to remove a lot of the dripstone. Probably make a proper foundation. I can see making probably like some stilts and yeah. Definitely would have to remove the water. Don't want water damage. I mean, as
It's
you're
definitely going to take a good amount of work.
yeah, but It's definitely something we could work on.
Yeah. I think we can make this work.
Once this area is ready, we can finally gather the tools to start your training.
Okay, training dummies, wooden swords,
Don't forget about...
shields. Got it.
Those are just the basics, but I'm pretty sure we can get through.
Alrighty. Anything else that you think that we need? What are you not telling me?